Hi everyone, it's July favourites time and it's been an absolute scorcher this month. What I have been doing is topping up my tan with a little bit of gradual tan, and for ages I used the Garnier Summer Body gradual tan and I really love that. I've recommended that on my blog I think before. But it was running low, so I thought I'd try a new one, and I'd heard really good things about the Palmer's version. So I tried it out and I really like it. And I think it just beats Garnier just by a little bit. It's just that little bit better for a number of reasons. The first one is that it has a pump, which is so helpful if you're used to tanning. It's just so awkward having to like tip bottles upside down and squeeze them to get the product out when you can just have this on a table and take one pump and then you can kind of put the same amount of product all over, so you're going to get a more even finish, and it's just a lot easier to apply when you're stood naked in your room applying your tan. With the Garnier one, it's such a huge bottle and if it falls over it starts coming out all over the carpet, so it's a lot less messier with the pump. And the actual product is just that a little bit better. Doesn't smell as strongly of fake tan as the Garnier one does. It's a similar colour in terms of the depth, so you are going to see a noticeable difference after just one use. It will be a nice subtle colour, but you can apply it for a few days leading up to an event like I did and you will get a really dark colour, and it smells like cocoa butter. I've been trying out a new everyday foundation and it's the Max Factor FaceFinity All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation, and the colour I have is Warm Almond and it's a pretty nice colour. I think it's slightly paler at the moment because I've got a bit of a tan, but I think in the winter it'll be spot on. It's just a really nice foundation for everyday use. It's got SPF 20. I like quite a medium foundation but a buildable coverage, so I like to be able to just put a little bit on. So I'm really sorry, it's like a storm at the moment outside. I like to be able to just put a little bit on if I want a light coverage and then be able to build it up to a more medium or heavier coverage. And this builds up really well. It lasts all day. I don't personally like dewy foundations in the summer because I feel like my face is melting off if I'm hot outside. So this is supposed to be like a long lasting one. I usually look for long lasting formulas. And I also picked up a new mascara from Max Factor. I've wanted to try one of their mascaras for ages because when I was younger I used to use the Masterpiece one and it was my favourite thing ever. I love the Max Factor mascaras because they all have plastic ones. So I picked up the Clump Defy one, which is the newest one. So that's what the one looks like. It's nothing like really fancy or special, but I find that that curve kind of hugs your lashes and lifts them up, and I just think it gives a nice curl, a lot of length and a little bit of volume. In terms of clumps, I don't think it's a particularly clumpy mascara. It's definitely not as clumpy as Benefit's They're Real, which I love as well, but can be a bit too thick if you apply too much. So I think to call it Clump Defy is pretty a reasonable claim because it does kind of build well if you like to layer up your mascara like I do. The last product I'm going to talk about is my Bourjois chocolate bronzer, and I've never actually mentioned this on a blog or a video, but everyone talks about it and it's pretty much my go-to bronzer every day. Because it's quite light, it's not really a just for the cheekbones, it's more of an all-over warming type product. It just gives a nice warm glow to the face, especially if your face is paler than your body. If you tan your body and not your face like I do, you can just dust all over the face and neck and it will help to blend that tan in. And I use it in the dead of winter anyway, just gives a little bit of life to the face. And I find it's quite sheer as well, so you can't really go wrong with it. It's a bit foolproof. I am quite fair. I don't find it makes me look orange or anything like that, so could definitely get away with using it on a lot of different skin tones. And the last thing I wanted to mention was this Conrad style book. I picked this up from the library because I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I thought it was really a pleasant read, it was really nicely written, and I picked up loads of cool little tips and tricks about style and travelling with clothes and planning outfits and stuff. And I just think all the pictures of the outfits are just really nice and are similar to styles that I go for. It's not like too out there, and it's very kind of simple and classic and with just a little bit of fun or a little bit of edge. And I just think it's really a nice book for most girls and women. I think would enjoy it and find some form of inspiration from it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you pick this up if you've not already and you're into Hills or Conrad style. I'd never actually watched The Hills before I read this, but I've started watching it now and I'm kind of addicted. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. And the final thing I wanted to mention is an app that I have been absolutely loving this month, and it's called Any.Do. I only recently discovered it. It's it's a basic list making app. I used to have a Wunderlist, but it went really glitchy, so I uninstalled it. You can see that today I've got to go to Zumba, which is my first Zumba class tonight, return library books, film July favourites, and then you can add like a list for tomorrow or up and coming Sunday. You can categorise lists, so personal, work, shopping, and you can also make lists within lists, which I think is one of the best features. So if you put, for example, go shopping, you can add your shopping list within that. I don't know if anyone else gets excited by that, but I really like making lists, so a list making app is something that pleases me. So those are all the things that I've been loving in July. Let me know what your favourites are, and if you're in the UK, let me know what your favourite products have been during the heat wave. If you're using Gradual Tan, what's your favourite one, or what are your favourite makeup products when it's hot outside? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.